morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is great to see you all here. April showers are true. Welcome to this wonderful occasion, which is the opportunity for our 9s, 10s to be sharing their writing with the community. I'm Jed Lippert, I'm the Dean of Children's Programs, and it's my first time being able to be here for this event. And I just wanted to, first of all, thank Cindy Weil, who is the person in the college who really helps us tap into the world of children's literature beyond the walls of Bank Street. And there's so many programs that the Children's Book Committee and other portions of the college sponsor that enrich the lives and learning of our students. And one of those is the Dorothy Carter Author in Residence, which we're here as a result of today. And KatYeh, who's been working with our 9-10s, is this year's author. I do want to say for parents, and I mentioned this a week ago at the State of the School address, that what's one of the many wonderful things about Bank Street is that we do have the opportunity for people who are doing real work outside of the walls of school to come in and be in residence with our kids. So for those of you who are in the 9s, 10s, this is the first year in a series of 4 where at some point during the school year you're going to be treated to interaction and collaboration with a working artist. So in the 9s, 10s, it's an author, and then in the 10s, 11s, it will be a performing artist, and then in the 11s, 12s, it will be a visual artist, and then in the 12s, 13s, it will be a poet. And so each of the next 3 years, you're going to have an occasion where you get to go deep with somebody who's in a particular field of expression, and then use that learning to create your own outcome. So today is a celebration of creative writing, and I wanted to introduce Greg and Becky, who are, I mean, this is the dream team, right? So, really, you know, there are such extraordinary, that I really believe that in any school, the most important resource are the teachers. There are schools that have fancy buildings and green fields, but our greatest asset is the teachers. And all of our 9s, 10s teachers are a real gift to the students. So I wanted to welcome Greg and Becky to say a little bit more about how this curriculum has unfolded.
Good morning, everyone. So we just wanted to welcome you all here. This has been an incredible experience. It's our 3rd year doing this program, and it seems to get better each year. And Kat, we just had a few words for you before we get to the children. The first, we just want to thank you so much for your care and your warmth and your effort. And you sort of won us over right away. You walked in, we don't know what to expect, and you're like, kids, grown-ups, have you ever seen the TV show Chopped? And we're like, yes! And then you had some brown bags, and all of a sudden we were working and writing, and we so appreciated the joy and the levity and the purpose that you brought to writing in our classroom. It was just delightful. And then secondly, for me, what also stands out is some of the craft tools you taught us, and some of the phrases that are definitely still ringing in our heads. I think the kids will probably remember some of them, like killing your darlings. So, which is really a really fun way to remember revising, that you don't need to include everything in your writing. So thank you for all that. It's been an absolute pleasure collaborating with you, and I think you'll see the fruits of all of our work.
And I just wanted to mention, first of all, one thing we appreciated most is just your warmth and your energy. So for collaborating, it was a real pleasure collaborating as a team of adults, but also watching you work with the children. They were immediately comfortable with you. They knew that you cared about their writing, and were really there to support them and give them encouragement each time they shared something with you. So thank you for that. And lastly, just that throughout the year we've really been teaching like how to organize your writing and how to plan for writing. And you have to know your beginning, middle, and your end, and your problem, your solution. And Kat came in and said, well, sometimes you don't know where the story is going to take you, and it can be more organic. And the 910s really responded to that and appreciated learning another way of writing from someone who is very experienced in it. So thank you so much. And I think next we're passing this to Cindy.
Good morning. Welcome to the third family share of the Dorothy Carter Writer in Residence program. This program is brought to you by an endowed chair dedicated to the memory of Dorothy Carter. Dorothy was a longtime faculty member at Bank Street. She was a Broadway actress, and she was also an award-winning children's book author. So this program is dedicated to her memory, and I wish she was here now to enjoy what the kids will say, but I will turn this back to Becky and Greg and enjoy.
Amaya couldn't wait. It was finally happening. Amaya had been around the gym for hours this year practicing for the dance trials. She had even given up her only other hobby before she started dance, horseback riding, and now is finally here, the tryouts for the all-star dance team.
This one is, well, in drama we have a play, so this is it. Hi, my name is Kibble. My brother here is Nibbles. Unfortunately, I'm not talking to you. My interpreter is. He speaks Camel and English. I only speak Camel.
All the people who were coming to the piano competition settled down in their seats and waited for the action to begin. The people who were playing were Jarvis Booger, Jack and blah blah blah, and Jeremy, we don't know his last name. The people who had entered the competition were all there except for Jack. The judges waited a while for him, but they decided after a while to start without him. The judges looked very nice and fair, so that evened his chancing of winning out a little more. The first person went and played well, but without much expression. Then it was time for Jarvis to go. The judges were surprised he was going. They made a mental note in their head they would purposely not let him win. He played his Haydn sonata flawlessly. He was sure he could win. At the end, the judges were announcing the winner. The winner starts with J. The winner is... At that moment, a rocket ship flew into the room, killing Jarvis. The entire room felt so sorry for him. They all wiped their tears with their handkerchiefs. They all knew it was an act of sabotage by Jack because they could see the form of his dead body in the rocket ship. The next day, they held a funeral for him. The person who held the funeral had been a judge at the competition. He said some words of sorrow for the young man who died. The last words he said were, "And I think we all can agree that Jarvis Booger won the piano competition."
This is from the point of view of, from thousands of years ago, Pharaoh Khufu being mummified in the middle. It sounds pretty gruesome. It's actually not. It's called The Death Diary of Wonderful Me. Oh, hey guys, can you hear me? Hey, put me down. Put me down! Oh, that's better. Hey, dude, what's with the knife? Ow, that hurt. I don't like you. Yeah, throw rocks at him. Rocks, rocks, rocks. Ah, my intestines, my liver, my stomach, my lungs, my beautiful eyes. What are you doing to me? Wait a second, you're mummifying me. Thank the gods for you. Except Mr. Knife Person, I still don't like you. Hey, stop covering me with salt. Hey, where are you going? Don't leave me!
Bob versus John. You probably never heard this story. Because they were too good. So people that played with them covered it up and claimed there had never been anyone as great as them. But now you are going to hear the real story of the best people to ever play in the NBA. There once was a basketball star and his name was Bob. Bob wanted to be the best player in the NBA, and he also wanted to be the ruler of the one-on-one world. The one-on-one world was a world where the best basketball players play, and if you beat everyone, then you get to be the ruler. He needs to reach his goals, because if he can't reach his goals, he will kill everybody in the world except himself. Then he would eat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. He would stop playing basketball, and that would be super sad because that was his dream, and basketball would be losing one of the best basketball players.
This tomb was like no other he had ever found before. The ceilings were taller than buildings. There were boats bigger than houses. There were statues and jewels as far as the eye could see. Liam was beyond excited, for he had just uncovered a pharaoh's tomb.
Hello, my name is James. I'm here because I want to tell you a story. This story is about a dog that's named Baval. He plays basketball and he really loves it. Ever since he was a kid, he always started to want to play basketball. He was inspired by the great Magic Johnson. His goal was to be the best basketball player ever. Not only that, but he wanted to be the best dog basketball player. But if he didn't become the best basketball player, it would be the worst thing that would ever happen to him. Every day after school, he would come home and cry his heart out because his dream would have never come true. He would destroy every poster of Magic Johnson, then he'd destroy his little basketball hoop in his bedroom. It would be absolutely awful. Now you see why he has to be the best basketball player ever.
There's this mad scientist. His name is Frank. He lives in Flint, Michigan, in the real world. He goes into people's dreams and scares them. He's about to enter the dream world.
Once upon a time, there was a constipated donkey who loved to play soccer. His name was Miles. Miles was awesome. He was very good at dribbling, passing, and everything else. He practiced 4 or more hours every single day. But the constipated donkey would only eat hamburgers and gummy bears. So one day he went for a walk deep into the woods. Then he suddenly saw a gummy bear and hamburger world. Miles was so happy about what he saw, and guess what was even better? The whole entire ground was soccer fields. It was so much fun because he could play soccer anytime he wanted to, because it was warm and sunny every single day. Also, all the air was frying hamburgers and gummy bears.
My name is Michael. I live in Bluebell. Welcome to my quick diary where I write about my unwanted life and how I will never, ever have any friends. Also how I will never be the cool kid in school.
Okay, so I'm going to share with you some of the poems I have written in my writing period. Just so you know, the poems I am writing are acrostic poems. All of these poems are going to be about my friends. This is called Chocolate Milk. Craving, heavenly, oh, so good. Chocolatey, original, legit, awesome, tasty, exciting, magic, incredible, luminous, kind in my mouth. This is called Donuts. Delicious, odoriferous, nice, unique, terrific, stylish. This is called Alyssa, who's my sister. Amazing, loyal, young, silly, strong, and awesome. working on taking over the world. The owner of the cat is very dumb. His backyard is a mess, and his favorite thing to do is sit on the couch and watch TV while eating popcorn. One funny thing about the owner is he doesn't know that his backyard is a mess.
Thurston Howell has a total of 23 rooms in his 5-story house. He has an amazing living room, complete with 2 chandeliers, 1 lamp, a 5-cushion couch that's very comfortable, with built-in cup holders, 3 huge chairs, also super comfortable, a huge coffee table that's marble, a 10-foot-long flat-screen TV, and 3 paintings, 1 of Alexander and Eliza Hamilton, 1 of George and Martha Washington, and 1 of Aaron Burr. Yes, as he was saying before, Thurston loves, I repeat, loves, the Broadway musical Hamilton.
I was going to the car when I found the corridor. I had never seen it before, so don't blame me for wandering off into it, but I was hoping that I would be able to find something. I was right. There was a small door labeled Easter on it. Inside was an Easter bunny costume.
One night, Elliot got into his bed from his wonderful day of wonderful thoughts of trains. Elliot loves trains. He even wants to be a driver of a red cargo train when he is older. As Elliot fell asleep that night, he started to dream. His dream began in a place called Dreamland, where a small brown mouse lived. That mouse's name was Fred. Fred was walking around in his house with a small piece of cheddar cheese when he saw Tim. Tim was a big gray cat with a white spot on his arm. Fred thought Tim was a big, fat, dumb warthog. Tim thought Fred was a short stack of moldy pancakes with cheese from the dump on top.
The year is 2017.
And the USA is in chaos. Donald Trump has been elected as president. A lot of controversies have been going on whether Trump is rightfully president or did the Russians interfere with the election.
Here are some things you need to know. The hamster's name is Gus, the cat's name is Chloe, and the fish's name is Bubbles. Have you ever been so bored you actually felt like you want to exercise for once? After Chloe and Bubbles left, Gus decided to go on his hamster wheel for a little. His wheel was bright green with purple polka dots. Gus put on his running clothes and ran. He put on some rock music and then he ran for hours. He was boiling. When he was done, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon. Gus tried to get off his wheel, but his foot was stuck. He was panting like crazy.
So you like to read, she asked me? Yeah, I said, feeling cautious. I do too. It's so annoying though. Everyone teases me for liking to read.
Since he couldn't read, he took a bottle that read, official shampoo of Hey, told on like Oreo with Rodos. He'll get there from Mexico and he told with an Oreo. Tomorrow stuffed Calzone and Tuesday Rodo. Oh, Oreo. This would be his first experiment of the day. He mixed shampoo with oranges, glasses, a hairbrush, and a tree stump. He put it all in a smoothie machine. It came out in a cup that said, "Chomp on 'em." Looks good, Skittles thought as he drank the first ever smoothie on Mars, completely forgetting about his intention. Mars wasn't introduced to smoothies with a particularly tasty combination. His throw-up, as you can imagine, flooded Mars, and Skittles couldn't do any more experiments. This was terrible news for Skittles until he got to where it took him, but was a miracle for the other living things on Mars. The throw-up sent everyone in Shermamalem flying to macaroni and cheese. Since pigs are the only animal that can fly, the pigs flew to Shermamalem and made basketball a pig sport again.
Crazy Dexter lives in a village in the jungle with his family, and he's 16. He's not so crazy, but he's really good with animals, so his nickname is Animal Crazy. Why is my name that?
Here, for you. Amy spoke into the translator. Let me put it on you. Unfold your wings. So the little bird unfolded her wings and Amy put the propeller on. Flap your wings, Amy exclaimed. Tweetsy flapped her wings, the propeller activated, and Tweetsy flew. Mama, I'm flying, Tweetsy yelled. Oh, Mama, it feels so good to be in the air. Amy watched the two birds playfully fly in circles around each other.
He poured the glaze, and he was about to put it back in the oven when he noticed the pan was empty, except for the glaze. Then he heard bang, boom, crash in his bed.
Stan is a magic panda in a wizard outfit. Stan spends most of his day in his house where he meditates, in the mountains where he meditates, but at night he is a crime-fighting, mystery-solving panda wizard. Stan is like the panda version of Sherlock Holmes, but with superpowers. Stan meditates because he is partly a monk, and because he is thinking about the case he's working on. Right now he's working on a case about a kidnapped goat. He finds all of his cases easy, but what he does not know is this case goes deep. Goats are for some reason usually one of the main topics in Stan's cases. It's probably because 70% of the population are goats. Why that is a complete mystery. He had to think of someone who could do such a thing. Bob was too nice to be evil. Joe was too shy to do it, but George, he owned a weapons shop and was very sneaky.
I let myself fall back onto the bed and let everything sink in. Mama and Mama are being held prisoner by slime, and they work at a secret agency called Purple Lines, who helps save the world. And Purple Lines has a rival, Yellow Dots, who is trying to take over the world. Gee, I knew our world was different, but not this insane.
Hello, my name is Veronica. I'm a unicorn. Some people tease me because of my dream, which is to have wings and be able to fly.
Since we all know I'm gonna win, I was feeling nice and maybe y'all get over it, guys.
Hi, my name is Oreo. I live with my owner, Rebecca. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. It seems she always understands me, except for the fact that I can speak her language. What is it? Anaglish? I think so. That is my dream. I wish I could speak to Rebecca. Who knows what it sounds like on the outside, but it's the thought that counts.
A man named Olaf is a show-off and eats rice pilaf. He also has some odd dreams that you don't want to know. I promise you, this story has no happy beginning, middle, or ending. It's so sad, it's like he does not have a brain. You see, he thinks all his dreams are deja vu or a sign. So if you want to read a book that's more normal, go ahead and read a different one. With all due respect, Oliver Guyer. There was once an evil clown. There was once a clown named Clowny Evil. He had a lab called the Mount Olympus Lab. His goal was to achieve world domination. His home was unknown in case the police found him. You see, reader, Clowny Evil is at a level all by himself in the criminal world. All the crime fighters were terrified of him. All the criminals admired him.
Johnny, get up or I'll throw your bed out the window, Mother hollers. Okay, I yell back. Here's a little background. We are in Texas, in my house with an annoying mother and a little sister.
This story is a spoof on the book It about an evil clown called It. One day there was a mummified mummy named Bob. He did not have a very pleasant life. After all, he was a bit empty inside. Another thing was that he had been inside a sarcophagus for 4,000 years. It smelled horrible. It was either just him or it really stunk in there. The biggest problem was the fact
No one knew that he was still alive. He hated that. If Bob could not get liked by a human, he would be forgotten forever.
KatYeh still woke up in her dank prison cell. Her dreams kept replaying the scene that had landed her in jail. The court had decided that going into the president's room without permission had been a crime.
There was a pretty awesome scientist named Samuel Brown on the 77th floor of a dusty New York Times office building. Samuel had a houseplant called Dracana massengina and a galvanometer. The galvanometer is part of a polygraph lie detector, which is supposed to be attached to a person through wires. But in this case, Samuel was attaching it to plants. In 1949, Samuel made his first move. He decided to attach the electrodes of the lie detector to the plant. Samuel gently let the water drip out of the cup onto the plant's roots. And then Samuel went to check if the lie detector showed that the plant made a reaction. Then he looked down, and there it was. The lie detector showed that...
Okay, so I'm going to be sharing Lillian's piece, and it goes. On another planet called Morgenschmorfels, in an unexplored galaxy in another universe, there were all kinds of creatures. There were dragon aliens, and they're like gooey green blobs with a dragon-shaped head and yellow blob teeth. Martians from Mars, Plutonians from Pluto, Sunians from the Sun, and of course, Morgenschmorfians, who were human, but they could speak every language ever.
Hi, I'm Pandora, but my friends call me Pandy. I just moved to Cherville. My mom and dad really like pandas, so they decided to name me Pandora. I'm 11 years old and I live in a giant soup can. I know it's kind of weird, but I do get my own room. I live with my mom, dad, 4 cows, 2 pigs, 3 horses, and 12 brothers, all named Danny. My parents are really crazy because they even gave their pigs their own room. Here's my story about why I'm practically famous at my school.
His name was Fred the Cat, Fred short for Bob. His goal was to be valedictorian. In our school, being valedictorian meant not only to be the smartest in the class, but also to be liked by everybody. As you can imagine, it was hard with a name like his. But before I get too far into the story, I'll tell you a few things about myself. My name is Kate the Pig, and I was selected to tell everybody what actually happened because I watched all the events unfold.
Hi, I'm Friendly Jerry, the kidnapping chef, and what I made about Friendly Jerry is that there's an evil me too. I have blue eyes and short brown hair.
Now she could finally get to her goal, to make pastries for the Queen of England. But first she had to make herself famous, which by the way only took a month because she was an amazing baker. She worked as hard as ever, harder than she had ever before, and before she got to make pastries for the Queen of England, she woke up. Then she noticed it was all a dream. She smiled, but then she noticed that she was lying in the Sahara Desert.
My name is Joy, and I have a story to tell you. It takes place in May of 1950. When I was 15 years old, I went into an office, a job office. A man asked me what job I wanted to have. I replied, a journalist. The man laughed. I knew this would happen. This is the 1950s, the man said. You expect a girl to be a journalist? That's crazy. I can give you to a newspaper company called the New York Times. They aren't doing so well, so they're taking anyone to try them out. Okay, I said, I'll try it.
Can you hear me, or do you want me to, should I use this? You can hear me? You can hear me. 9s, 10s, you guys, you are all amazing. I am so proud of each and every single one of you. And I want to, I want to thank everyone here. Becky and Greg, I agree with the dream team. I learned so much every time I stepped into your classroom. Cindy, thank you. Thank you to Jed. I really honestly loved every minute of this. I want to thank all the families, whether you're parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, caregivers. Thank you for being part of bringing these wonderful humans into this wonderful place each and every day and allowing me to be part of their lives. I want to say to you all that remember that first day that I came in, we talked about Chopped, and we had those million and one crazy ideas, and I loved being there and hearing you shouting out without raising your hands or whispering shyly or laughing so hard that I couldn't really hear what you were saying or scribbling your ideas down. I loved that. I loved the generation of all this fun, earnest joy that you showed me. I loved watching you pick out of all that chaos the idea or two that you felt connected with, that you wanted to turn into your story. And I loved watching you work with your friends and partners in groups, supporting and helping each other and talking about how you could make it the best story that you can. I loved hearing you tell me what your intent for your story was, what your intention was, how you wanted it to be heard and felt by the world if it should leave this school. I loved hearing you talk about how you wanted to use your voice, your very special individual voice, how you chose each of your words and your actions so specifically in the stories that you created. This is sort of the sad part for me. I wish I could stay today or even this week or maybe the semester. I want to come back next year and visit you. I want to find out what you're doing. I want to find out where you go to high school and college. I feel as if I'm going to hear from you and hear about you and all these things. This is the thing about stories. And this figuring out what a story is this whole time that I've been here. The truth is that every single one of you is a story being written that you're writing and rewriting every day and everywhere you go as you step out into the world with all these things we've talked about, with your intentions, with your choice of words and your actions and the ways that you make people feel. And you have made me feel welcome and really quite loved. And thank you so much for having me. I will always remember this, and I really hope you stay in touch with me and let me know what you're doing. Thank you for letting me be a very small part of this.
Thank you all so much for coming. Does anyone have any questions before we depart? Well, I want to let you know that we greatly appreciate everything Kat did with the kids this year. Kids, you sounded terrific, and I'm looking forward in about 20 years to opening up a book and saying that you were greatly inspired by KatYeh and the Dorothy Carter Writer-in-Residence program at Bank Street. Thank you all for coming, and look forward to seeing you in the halls.